In an attempt to break the Gaza siege, the Viva Palestina humanitarian aid convoy has arrived in El-Arish in Egypt. Reports say the passports of more than 150 members of the convoy were taken away by the Egyptian authorities, but were later returned. The Egyptians said they would allow only 157 members of the group to drive to Gaza. The remaining 400 volunteers who are yet to fly to El-Arish will not be allowed entry. This is Viva Palestina activists in El-Arish stage a sit-in and refuse to leave without their fellow convoy members. The convoy members hope to be able to enter Gaza later in the day.
Well, it looks like there may be. We are at the seaport of El-Arish. Some of the convoy volunteers have managed to make it here and are now accessing their vehicles, preparing them to cross the border, hopefully tonight. But there are several major outstanding issues. Some people from the convoy, a small number, have been denied entry into Egypt without being told in advance. So that issue needs to be resolved. 60 of them being impounded, not being allowed to cross the border, still stands. So we'll have to see how the negotiations pan out. The part of the convoy, the second and third flights from Syria, are still stuck in the airport. There were some more aggressive scenes this morning as the Egyptian authorities tried to push the members out of the airport towards the seaport, while the other convoy members were refused entry into Egypt. In an act of solidarity, some of the convoy members jumped off of the buses and ran back into the airport. That resulted in some violent scuffles with the police, and they are now holding themselves up in the airport. So we're not sure how this is going to develop, but it's changing very quickly on the ground here.
Well, I know things are changing quickly, as you just mentioned, but if I may have from you an answer on whether the remaining 400 members of the convoy, if they are not allowed entry, does that mean that the ones who were allowed, the 157 members, will go ahead, or will they not go ahead until all are allowed entry?
Well, it looks like everybody, apart from around 7 or 8 people, a very small number, are being allowed through tonight. But basically the sticking point is that many of the convoy members do not want to go through unless everybody is going through, and that is what the standoff at the airport at the moment is all about. But I spoke to George Galloway, the convoy leader, just a few minutes ago, and he is fairly confident that these issues will be resolved by tonight, and the convoy will hopefully pass through this evening. But we've been given schedules before, and they are often subject to logistical changes and logistical problems. So hopefully we're targeting for tonight, but again, we're not sure.
Thank you very much. Hassan Ghani there from El-Arish.